data, I want to assure you that we have been top to bottom. We have looked at this thing from every possible view, and as you'll see when the data is showing, it's incredibly homogeneous. So no matter how we ask the question or who we ask the question to, the answers were very, very standard. I mean, they really came across as being very consistent. So you can feel good about the data, and you can feel great about Mendocino County. So with that, we'll get Berkeley started, and then we'll be here to answer your questions.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's just jump right in. This is the project team. I have about 35 slides to show you where I'm trying to condense, again, everything that was in that book into something very palatable for you. So this was the project team that worked on the project. The methodology that we use is developed by Dr. Larry Gutsky, who is with us here today. He's on the faculty at North Carolina State University in the Department of Parks, Tourism, and Recreation. And so he developed our methodology. Basically, we're here to, A, give you a report card, how you've been funding tourism, is it working, how are we doing, and how do we go forward from there. So as we look at the methodology that we used, we came in and first met with the client to make sure everybody understood the task at hand, and then we came in and spent a week here back in June understanding the destination. It's really critical. We learned, for example, up in the Finger Lakes of New York, when studying their wine region, that you had to understand the wineries before you read the research to really understand what it was saying. So we were here. Lodging analysis. You have a very large county. We actually determined that you're the size of Delaware and Rhode Island combined in terms of square mileage. So you have a very large, diverse product to work with, and your lodging properties reflect that. They're all over the county. There's a whole lot of them, and you'll see those statistics. We interviewed a range of community leaders to make sure we understood where you as a community wanted to go. We looked at your performance of your destination marketing organizations compared to other similar organizations, and we compared you to national standards as set by the Destination Marketing Association International. Then we came in and we did a survey of your wineries. We surveyed the wineries that are open to the public, okay? Not the growers, but the ones that are open to the public and have visitors, so we could understand what they were doing. Then we did mail and internet studies. We did research with people who had made inquiries to the Promotional Alliance. So we could basically get a report card of, for the money you're funding in, how are we doing? Are we getting return on investment for the county? Then we also stood on the street between June and the end of September. We did 203 intercept interviews with people in various places around the county to understand what the people on the street. So by talking to the people on the street, it really has no direct tie to the Promotional Alliance, but then studying what happened with the Promotional Alliance inquiries, we get a test of that. So we're coming at it from two different directions in terms of the visitor. And then we've submitted a plan with our recommendations. So let's just jump in. And first, here's your current organization of the various organizations. This is your organizational chart for the various people involved in the promotion of tourism, and we understand how you got to where you are, and everybody has a role in this, but quite frankly, it is a very large number of people involved and a very large number of groups involved. We looked at the budgets of the two primary organizations that are funded through public funds, and that's the Lodging Association and the Promotional Alliance. And we took a hard look at their budget and compared them to national standards to see how they're doing, and we did find that while there's room for improvement, that overall they have been very lean. They've been focused on keeping staffing very low to focus heavily on marketing outreach, and they're to be commended for that. Here is where we looked at the inquiries, and there's a lot of data here, but if you look at that total traditional inquiries, that's how many packages the Promotional Alliance mailed out to people who asked for information on the county. Then if you come down a bit in that chart, you can see that they spent $320,000 last year between the two groups placing ads and reaching out to get those 20,000 inquiries. So if we divide the 20,000 traditional inquiries, and we're leaving the internet out of it in this discussion, we want to be very conservative here. So not looking at the internet site usage, which of course is driven by advertising, but we're just going to look at the people who actually made an inquiry It comes to $1.82 cost per inquiry. Compared with other destinations, that's pretty good. The lowest we've ever seen it is about $1 or a little less, and we've seen it as high as $15 and $20, and those destinations were doing a really bad job. So you've done a pretty good job here. Now, from the survey where we took a sample of those 20,000 inquiries and did online and mail surveys, the conversion rate, when we asked them after you received the information, did you come to Mendocino County, 63.5% said yes, we came. So you have a high conversion rate. So if you mail out 100 visitor guides, basically you're getting about 63 travel parties who come. So that turns into 12,959 travel parties who told us in the survey they stayed an average of 2.7 nights. We asked the hotels, how long do they stay? On average, 2.7 nights. So we know that's a conclusive number. We asked how much did you spend while in the area? $491 a day or $1,300 for the travel party. So if you fulfilled 20,000 inquiries, 63% converted to a visit, and their average trip expenses were $1,300 here in the county, your return on investment is right at $17 million. Which is very substantial. That's a 17-to-1 return on investment because you're putting about $1 million in between the two various programs. Actually a little less, but just using round figures,